Hey, good Sunday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Anthony, and to my left, to your left, is Marsh, and he's from Minnesota, and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Um, we were talking earlier about the WNBA, the Women's National Basketball Association, I guess it would stand for. And I think we both share the opinion that it's up to women to go to that game and support it. It's not my thing. It's not a very good game if you want my opinion. Like the reasons are quite logical. A lot of the attraction to watching basketball is in the explosive moves, like the dunk or the body blocking or that sort of jazz. And you just don't get that in the women's game. But there might be other reasons why you like basketball, and you can you can have them. It's a free world. Well, mostly it's a free world. But it's not for me. And you know, you were telling me that the women turned up to the All Stars saying pay us what you owe us, with T-shirts saying pay us what you owe us, and it's like you're not selling tickets. I mean, are you delusional? You don't make the revenue. In fact, your entire game is subsidized by the men. Now
And you
that
still lose 50 million a year.
Yeah, exactly. So and someone must be covering that $50 million a year. That's quite a little bit of cash, to be honest.
No, that's what they lose.
Yeah, but someone must cover that though.
Right. Can't cover the loss.
Otherwise, there
Yeah.
wouldn't be a season two. Someone must be
Right.
paying the bills, and it's like,
Well, go ahead.
well, well, it's not my job to subsidize your game. Um, but I was thinking, if you gave me free tickets to the WNBA, I probably wouldn't go. I'd probably, you know what, I think I'll stay in and watch YouTube or something. I just couldn't be bothered.
You got to get in. Well, wait a minute. You got to get in traffic. It's a Wednesday night. You got
Exactly.
work in the morning. You got to get it. You got to pay for parking. Um, I I used to work security downtown Minneapolis, and there was a traffic coming in and out during games, and the traffic that you see during the men, not just vehicle traffic but foot traffic versus when the women play. I mean, when the men play, and we just had the NBA finals or the quarterfinals or semifinals or whatever. Every bar was packed with people. The streets were filled with people. Um, the skyways. I mean, so in the same way with men's baseball. Well, women don't really play baseball, but it's on a day where I mean, there's 50,000 fans. There's 20,000 fans at a basketball game. And the WNBA just had their final, and we won.
Well,
We
there's twenty
being
thousand fans.
Minnesota.
There's 20,000 fans, but there's at least another 20,000 who are going to their local sports bar to watch it there, and they're putting money into the local economy. Whereas with the women's game, nobody cares. I'm sorry to break it to you, ladies, but no one cares. We don't care you're playing a game of basketball. It's not exciting. It's just not. Which now, if you're the sort of guy who thinks, do you know what? I really love watching women's basketball. More power to your arm. Go for it. Buy a season ticket. Buy a t-shirt. Wear a scarf. Wear a beanie. I don't care. That's good for you.
Big foam finger.
Yeah, good for you. But I just don't think that many people do. I don't think many people care about women's basketball.
Well, the you know the the men that I see at the game or going to the game, they're always with their wives or their girlfriend or something. You don't just see a group of guys, friends going. I mean, you don't see a group of guys, friends going. You know what? Let's go to a women's basketball game. You don't see a bunch of single men doing that. The men are there. I hate to hate to break it to you, but they're there more than likely because they were dragged there by their wives. And it was like, you want to go, it's like, well, it's a Friday night. When you're married, I was married. When you're married, you don't really have much going on. It's a routine. So on a Friday night, I'm like, okay, I guess. Want to go grab some dinner before? Not really, but okay. You're right. It's a woman's thing. It's a woman's project, and most men are henpecked. Most husbands are henpecked, so they just go do whatever they want.
Yeah, but even like if I was going to an NBA game, to, to to be frank, I wouldn't care whether my wife or girlfriend came or not. I'd still have fun. But if I went to a WNBA game, then well, I wouldn't go because it's not fun. It's stupid. It's a stupid sport.
Well, my point is that like hockey. There's women's okay. So there's women's hockey. Nobody watches that. There's a there's a bar here somewhere where they're all in the news. It was all a big deal. They had their grand opening. It was like the first bar in the country that's dedicated to women's sport. And then I was like, oh, girl power, girl power. All the reviews seem to be, we love it. And I'd like to find out what their revenue stream is. Are people going to see women's sports and having a beer or a cocktail? Probably not. Probably not. They probably aren't. I
Well,
don't know.
well, yeah. I just like I was telling you earlier. I don't mind women's cricket because the shape that the batsman has is actually technically correct. So it's actually a pleasure to watch it because, in some ways, women's cricket is more technically correct than men's cricket, which is okay. That blows my mind a little bit, and so, but it's just nice to watch. Nice. I mean, you're probably missing uh, that sort of idea, but there's a nice form in the batsman, and the strokes are in the right form, um, and that's good to watch because it's actually good for young people to watch because they know how to play their strokes by watching it. So I don't mind watching women's test matches, but women's basketball, it's a. I mean, who wants to go see the women lay up for an hour? You know, lay up at one end, and then they dribble down the court, and Jenny passes to Joan, and Joan passes to Susie, and Susie lays it up, and then we're going down the other way, and I don't care. It's just the very the very reason I watch basketball at all is to see Shaq dump on someone's head. It's probably LeBron James or someone, and do him
yeah.
some amount of mortal injury in the process. That's why I watch men's basketball.
Same thing with boxing.
I don't want to watch women beat each other up.
No, but I'm saying, men, we want to see somebody get knocked the fuck out. We don't want to see taps and we want to see a slugfest, right? In a boxing match.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, MMA, same difference. There was a case of MMA fighter named Phelan Fox who was who's a man, a trans person, and they got into they I can't keep up. People change these things. It's a she, a he. It's like from the movie Shrek. Attention, all fairy tale things. It's like, but anyway, he cracked some girl's skull. He's a man, and they're like, oh well, he's on estrogen, and he's and they applauded this. Women applauded this, and it was like, do you understand? He cracked her skull,
Yeah.
and you have men like
And they're
Lia
still
Thomas.
arguing black and blue that, yeah, no, it's totally fair. It's a totally fair sport.
Yeah.
Even though your last three opponents have all ended up in hospital, but I'm supposed to believe it's a legitimate change of the rules. It's not. I don't even want to see women beating each other up. Full stop. Like I don't want to see women in boxing. I think it's. But if women insist on having their own boxing league, there's nothing I can do to stop it. But I won't watch it because I think it's ugly to see women punch each other. I think if I wanted that, I'd get some Jerry Springer or some YouTube happening and watch women beat the crap out of each other. But I don't want
Well,
to.
wait a minute. I'd go over and watch the neighbor wail on his wife if I really wanted to see somebody get a woman get beaten up. I mean, you know, let's face it. Not that I'm advocating domestic violence. I'm just saying, like, what am I going to do about it? But anyway, isn't it interesting? Anything a man says these days, he's always got to have a
We're gonna get.
caveat. Well,
Do
I'm
you
not
think
saying.
we're gonna get mail for that one? Anyway.
Yeah, we're going to get.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Yeah, well, we're going to get mail. Yeah, whatever. It's like the Scientologists. Bring it on. Um, any publicity is good publicity. Uh, what'd you say?
No, it's all right. Never mind. Go on.
But yeah, I mean, Lia Thomas. I can't keep them all track. Was like 500 in the nation in terms of professional swimming, and he I'm not here to talk about my transition. You know,
Just yeah. I'm not here to talk about my transition. I'm here to kick some ass. Just be careful of your lamp. Just put it down a little. It's flaring on the bottom of the screen. That's better.
okay, but I look like I'm in the dark. I
Yeah.
look like kind
Can
of
you
like
go
an
halfway
ominous.
in between where you were and where you weren't? No, you're
Okay.
flaring. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
It's back where it started, but it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
So
Blood for a ball.
well, we'll get some more lighting. Although I'm sure all the lighting in the world won't make you and I look handsome. But never mind.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, so Leah Thomas was like 500 in the nation, and then he beat these women by like 4 laps.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, he absolutely destroyed them.
I know. But they had to apologise. That was the University of where was it? North Carolina, was it, or something like that? Where was?
Follow women's swimming.
Anyway, they had to apologise. They made an outright apology. They apologised to all the girls who got nobbled by this jerk Riley Gaines. Is it? Is Riley Gaines the girl?
No, Riley Gaines
Lia
is the
Thomas.
attractive. It's the sexy blonde.
Yeah, Lia Thomas. They apologised to all the people who were shafted by Lia Thomas. They said it should never have happened because the federal government had him by the, you know what, and said, well, we're not going to give you any more money unless you fix this. And by fix it, we mean absolutely specifically apologise for letting this happen in the first place. And they did, to their credit. I don't know, to their credit. I mean, money was involved, no doubt. But they apologised.
Well, it's a business decision.
Of course it is, yeah.
The apology isn't because they truly believe in something called principles. No, it was a business decision. That's why they apologized. They wanted more money. What do you think about this? If you're going to have trans people, whatever, I don't believe. Well, not whatever, but you know what I mean. If you're going to have shouldn't they have a trans women league? Then have all the trans play each other and see where it goes. What do you think about that? I mean, I don't buy into the whole trans ideology, but
sorry,
that's just basically men.
I know I choked to death.
That's just basically men against men, right?
Well, that's what it had become. It had become trans women versus trans women. So biological men versus biological men. Because let's face it, Dylan Mulvaney ain't going to beat anyone in a boxing ring. So, oh, actually, she is a biologist. Yeah, sorry. I see, this is what confused me the whole time. Trans woman. Yeah. Trans woman means you start off as a biological man. I should know this by now. You start off as a biological man and then you wear a skirt. And then maybe as wearing a skirt sort of fits in with your personality, you start lobbing off bits. Like, okay, there go the testicles. There goes the penis. We'll just slice it up the middle. And we'll just invert it. We'll turn it inside out. And you're going to be happy because that's a vagina now, ladies. Yeah, sure it is.
Well, we don't mean to be crass, but isn't all of this just absolutely exhausting?
It's absurd. That's what makes it so good. It's just absurd. The whole trans rights movement has been absurd since moment one. And they cleverly tacked themselves on to the LGBT community and said, yeah, we're just like LGBTs because you all hate us because we're wearing dresses even though we're blokes, and we're just like them, you know. We're a minority as well, and we're no, you were never like them. They're generally sensible people, and I've known some very sensible gays, you know, who don't push it in your face, and they don't need to. All they do is
the thing about the thing about the LGBT community is, for years, their statements were, we're just like everybody else. We're normal. We go to work. We come home. We fix spaghetti bolognese for dinner. You know, we read the paper. We get up and get in traffic again. Go to our 9 to 5. Right? They're just getting on with it like everybody else. You know. Now all the pride parades and stuff are pretty sick. Just sick. Absolute. We'll get letters for this too, but I'm not going to get into some of that. It's just absolutely revolting.
Well, I had a good friend. I had a good friend. Right, he was gay. He it troubled his conscience. He was certain he was gay, and he lived with a man who, well, I won't call scandal, but he lived with another man. But he was a member of the secular Franciscan order with me. I wasn't a member of the SFO. I was just sort of an inquirer, I was at the inquiry level, and I stuck with them for about 6 months, and then I kind of got, nah, that's not for me. I just decided. But he was a good guy. He was a genuinely decent guy, and he was a good theologian too. You know, he was really quite insightful in theology, but he just had that going on in his life, and it must have been a frustration because you know, he was always trying to explain himself or something, but he wasn't in your face about it. And these trans activists are in your face about it, and it's like, no, just nick off. Just, if you want to wear a frock, then go wear a frock. Okay, fine, but don't, you know, block traffic and tell me I must acknowledge you, otherwise I'm making you invisible, or whatever stupid arguments you got. I don't really care.
It's violence. You're saying trans people shouldn't exist. Actually, I'm going to give a nasty letter. I don't think they should exist, but not as human beings, but as trans. And um, you know, life is confusing enough. You know,
especially for kids, and especially for teenagers. Teenagers,
yeah.
I mean, to be honest, if there are any teens listening, you don't know your ass from your elbow, to be honest. You really don't. You'll see life so much differently once you turn 26. You'll think, what was I into that for? What was I into that band for? That band sucks. This is the music I like now. You'll just change your view on so many things. And the friends you had when you were 16, 15, they won't be the friends you have when you're 26. I know you say, oh, God, I'll be your friend forever and all that sort of jazz, but you're just going to see the world differently when you're 26-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I lost track of him a couple of years ago on Facebook, but I can count on one hand the friends that I still have from childhood. Um, Mostly from my hometown because I grew up in a small hometown. I wouldn't call them friends now. We're doing our own thing. It's just an occasional, hey, how you going? Oh, not too bad. What's up? Oh, my kid did this. Okay, you know, you just go your separate ways. You live
Life's a lot
you
like
end up
that.
living.
I mean,
Huh?
life's a lot like that. You come to a Y junction, and some of you go left, some of you go right, and then suddenly you turn around and go, well, where are all my old friends? They're not, but I've got new friends now. They're adult friends. And, and the adult world, it's different than the teenage world. The teenage world, you basically got no responsibilities. You just party, 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 and all that jazz. And I'm not trying to scare teenagers away from the adult world because it's a lot more fulfilling to be an adult than it is a teenager because your decisions actually mean stuff. You're actually nailing your colours to the mast when you're an adult. When you're a teenager, you're not so much. You're just partying and you've got opinions about politics, but they're really quite unformed and unconsidered, really. And then you'll be a different person. Mark my words, teenagers. You'll be a different person when you're 26.
And a different person when you're 36 and 46.
Indeed.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I love to write, and I used to love to write, and I've looked at some of the writings I did when I was younger, and I'm like, why did I
What did I believe that?
write that?
Yeah.
Why did I believe X? Like, yeah, it's not easy. So, alrighty, Murph, you wanna? Oh, sorry, or Anthony, do you want to call it quits?
Um, yeah, okay, let's tie it up there then. And thank you for joining us for 23 minutes. And I'll go to the outro.